Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jared here with Heat Press Nation, and you are listening to Customizing Culture, the Heat Press Nation podcast. I am joined once again by the OG. You are our inaugural guest. For everybody that doesn't know, this is Chris. What's up, Chris?
How's it going, man?
Going good. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me back.
It's been a long time.
It has been a while.
What,
You've done so many guests.
We've had a lot of guests here.
Yes.
That's been fun. You've been killing it on the Instagram and TikTok game, though.
I've been trying.
You've been busy. You've been busy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Dude, how's that been working out? Because I feel like the last time we talked here on the podcast, you were like so new. You're like, whoa, what the heck is all this?
Yeah.
And then now you're pro, dude. You've been
I'm
pressing
not pro.
You've been pressing some good stuff.
Okay.
Come on.
Let's see.
Tell the people.
So I feel like right now I've been attempting a lot of items, like new blanks and stuff like that. And it's made it a lot easier to recognize the mistakes that I've been making. Like whether it's too short time, not enough pressure, not enough temperature, all of that, and that comes with experience.
So now you have like an easier time troubleshooting.
I am, troubleshooting. Yeah. That's the perfect word for it.
Yeah.
Making sure like all the technical issues are correct, and then I also like pick up on certain mistakes that I like know I messed up on and crossed over. Just because like when I'm filming and like I'm so focused on getting the right shot that I'll skip over some basic steps.
Yes, dude, that happens. I feel like that happens every week when we're doing our live stream. Because for those of you guys who don't know, we have a weekly live stream that we also do. I feel like I mess up so much more on the live stream than I do when I'm actually pressing when I'm not live, because it's talking through it. It's it's
the multitasking.
Yeah, and right? I suck at multitasking. Like, yeah, I'm really bad. I'm really bad at it. It's
hard, right? You have to keep everybody entertained at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think for even like lives, it's even harder just because like there's no room for error, as where if you're recording it on your own time, you can edit it in post. Yeah,
and I'm about to spill the secrets, guys. All right, I'm about to spill some sauce. Should I spill some sauce, some tea?
Spill the sauce.
Spill the sauce. So there's been a lot of times where I'll mess up live on the live stream, and then I'll say that I did it on purpose, just so to make it seem like it's for this. I'm like, oh yeah, so I actually didn't press this long enough on purpose because I wanted to show you guys how whatever, right? And the truth is, I was like, oh shoot, like I didn't do that right.
And it's perfect because like we have so many blanks and like room for error.
Yeah.
Right, while we're doing the live.
Yeah, it just happened today.
Yeah, exactly.
Today when I was pressing the flask, it came out all cheap, all sucky.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, so here's an example. If you ever mess up, you gotta turn it into an example. Yeah. And that's just the name of the game. That's just how it goes.
You're really good at that. We're just rolling it off.
Thank you. If I mess up here in this podcast, it's because I meant it. All right.
Exactly. It's a planned accident.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what does Bob Ross call him? The painting guy.
I have
with
no
the curly
clue.
hair. Oh yeah.
I know who Bob Ross is, but I don't know.
Happy accidents. He calls them happy
accidents.
Like if he like slips on his paintbrush, he'll just like turn it into a bird or a tree or something like that.
I have heard of that actually.
Yeah. So he does his little happy accidents. Well, he did. He is dead now, unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately.
He is passed on to the other.
But his legacy lives on.
His art, yes. His legacy, his art lives on. Yeah. Cool, man. So now that you're kind of like settled into your role here. Like, do you feel that you could like take more chances and risks with some of the stuff you're doing? Or you still feel like the new guy? You have that new guy nervousness?
I still do have that new guy nervousness, but I also feel a little bit more comfortable with just like being able to like figure things out, use new machines, test new products and everything like that. And it is kind of nerve-wracking just because of like realizing how much goes into making a video, like how much the blanks cost, placing the orders of all of that, and then like making the error just feels like you're throwing money down the drain. But I think that for every business owner that's starting out there right now, they'll run into those accidents as well.
Yes.
And it's like growing pains, right? Like
exactly. It's a big part of like learning a new skill. Because like for example, in one of my classes that I gave, I was telling the people, probably some of you guys are watching or listening right now, but I was mentioning that like, hey, like you're buying, like, let's say you're buying a white toner printer. That's like a $5,000 printer minimum. Yeah. And then you're buying, a pack of paper, $250, right? And then after, your heat press, another $1,000, whatever it is. Yeah. You're $6-7 grand into this equipment. You can't cheap out when it comes to like, if you burn through like $40-50 worth of t-shirts and materials, like, hey, that, you can't just all of a sudden start cheaping out when
Yeah.
it comes time to practicing and learning.
Exactly.
And so like it's you mentioned it, it feels like I'm throwing away money. It's an investment, really.
It really
it's
is.
for us. It's like, hey, the company's investing in you to make sure that you know what the heck you're doing.
Yeah.
And then for the people out there who are starting their own businesses, it's like, no, you're investing in yourself to make sure that you can get to the point where you put out a good product.
Like you're perfecting your craft, essentially.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Well, I'm glad I seen your stuff now, and it's like looks so good.
Thank you.
So
Thank
it's
you.
like it
Appreciate
looks like you've been doing it for years. So good
I
job.
wouldn't say that. I
Yeah,
still get a little ghosting effect. I still mate, but it's.
But you
getting
meant
better.
it, right?
I meant it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to show what could happen, right? If you didn't do it correctly.
Oh, that's really funny, man. Well, you know what's cool? So since you've been on, we have had a bunch of guests, which has been really, really cool. I feel like it's super cool because I got to talk to a bunch of people.
Yeah.
That first of all I wouldn't have normally gotten to talk to, and then second, like really good insight. There's been like a lot of like common themes that I've noticed through the podcast that like it's like, oh yeah, it's like speaking to me like as a small business owner,
Yeah.
and as someone who's like trying to get the t-shirt business off the ground again. It's like really cool. I think the one that like totally just like blew my mind, and it wasn't just Lee Stewart. It's been a couple people. I know Reyes touched. I think pretty much everybody so far at this point. Brando. I don't want to go through the names, but like, because I'll forget somebody. But like, was talking to Lee Stewart, and I said, and he was talking about how like organizing his life is like the cheat code.
Yeah.
For like just like boom, like just progressing. And for me, that was huge. That was like my biggest takeaway from the podcast so far is like organization is the cheat code.
It really is.
Yeah. Have there been any like anything like that you've kind of thought on or like, oh yeah, that was pretty cool, like from any of the guests we've had?
Yeah, I think a lot of the guests like they do different things. Like for example, Lee Stewart owns like a screen printing shop,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then Big Brando has his own like clothing, and he does like mobile detailing on the side, and it's just like with all those different businesses and different business models, they all share like a similar like backbone essentially.
Yeah, they do. Like
Yeah.
even though everybody's different. Oh, sorry to cut you off. Like even though everybody's different, they're all kind of the same at the core.
Yeah,
like,
they're
it's kind of weird.
Yeah, exactly. They're all kind of like they all have the same like fire within them.
Yeah.
And it's based around organization around because they all have families, right? They all have significant others, stuff like that, and they all dedicate their time like they block it out like extremely specific and detailed, and it's just something that I admire really.
Yeah, especially for how they talking to the family guys,
Yeah.
and girls by the way. But talking to the family people,
Yeah.
like how they were talking about how they would block out time for their families.
Exactly.
Like you don't just have family time when you can, you make family time.
Yeah.
Like you got to make it happen. And then for me, that was like really important because right now my son doesn't care. He's a couple months old.
But
So
I'm sure your wife would like.
she does, yes.
She wants you to like, yeah. Be
Oh,
there.
for sure.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to do is have bad habits of being like a workaholic, never being home and having family time. And then next thing I know, my son's like 14. He's like, no, Dad, screw you. I'm out of here. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
balance is key, right?
Yeah.
You want to make sure you enjoy those moments because it's for yourself, it's for your family. You know, you can't just like, if you're just doing all work and no play, then what's the point of life, right?
dude, right? That's so well put.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like even, and then you tell me this. So you're not married,
No,
but you're not single.
I'm not single.
So like what's like your threshold for like too much work, like not enough playtime? Like how important is it for you to have like a good balance of like enjoying life and hey, we all got to put in our hours at work.
Yeah. I think it's so important because honestly, like working from Monday to Friday, and then I like taking the weekends off, but I also do like putting in work on the weekends for like my own side hustle and business and stuff like that because I do feel like everybody needs to like continue adding to themselves and continue building themselves up and
Yes.
growing on top of just the job that you're working at, you know?
What kind of stuff are you doing like on the weekends? Like how are you, like what are you, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, of course.
Like what kind of like building are you doing?
Yeah, so recently I started like just bringing a camera everywhere, kind of like shooting like daily like journal vlog content.
Oh, that's sick. That's sick. Yeah.
And then I also like do music on my TikTok, so I want to incorporate like a kind of song journal because I've seen people do like daily vlogs, but I want to turn it into like a song journal with
That's cool.
things I'm doing.
That's
like
cool.
That.
Do you do like originals, covers?
Originals,
nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
just writing lyrics and stuff like that.
That's cool.
It's kind of like a creative outlet, and it really helps me decompress and de-stress.
Yeah. If you hypothetically, let's just say, get discovered, music takes off.
Yeah.
Would you want that to turn into a job? Like would you be excited for like, oh yeah, I get to turn my passion into my living, or are you just kind of trying to keep it like, hey, this is just my side thing?
Yeah, for sure. I think it would be dope to like make something you love into a job, but then at the end of the day, it would still be a job, and it would kind of take the love out of it. So I think in every aspect, whether it's music, art, selling T-shirts, right, you really have to love it if you want to do it as a job, right? Because you don't want to be miserable and then, right?
Yeah. When we were talking with Reyes, we asked him like, hey, who should not be starting a T-shirt business? And I liked his answer. I don't remember exactly everything he said right now off the top of my head, but I know some of the stuff that he touched on was like, if you're not creative, don't do it. If you don't like it, don't do it. Yeah. Which is huge because like it is a lot of work to like just talking about like T-shirts. Like it's a lot of work. One thing I know, because I'm a musician too. Yeah. One thing I noticed that like if you don't have patience, don't be a musician either, because you got to sit there and like, I don't know if you edit your own stuff, like in your own,
I do.
Like clicking, dragging, like going through all like to me, like it's fun to play music, but to record and edit and mix.
That's where the work aspect comes in, right?
Yes. So like that part is not fun at all. Well, it can be a little fun. It's not really that fun.
It's really not that fun. It's like tedious, right? And like to everything, like even making T-shirts, like the weeding aspect probably isn't fun if you're doing it like 10 times for like 25 orders. Yep. But the creating the final product is what really satisfies.
Right. Like even if it's T-shirt design that I love and I'm so excited that somebody paid good money for it. Yeah. Of course, making money's fun. When I'm there weeding, I'm like, dude, do I even want to do this anymore?
Exactly.
I'm like questioning my whole life. I hate that.
That's why I haven't done it since like since like the first podcast.
That's why you're all sublimation now, huh?
Yeah, I really am.
That's so funny.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like when I first started, I was scared of sublimation just because like every time I did it, it wouldn't work. So I was like, man, this is whack. Like I'd rather go back to the vinyl, like take my time. And then I was like, okay, this is not cutting it. And
Yeah, for all my vinyl designs, I try to design with weeding in mind. So I'll add like little lines and cuts and pockets, and I'll use certain fonts that I know are going to be easier to weed.
Yeah.
Anything to reduce the weeding time. I'm all about it.
Yeah, like big bubble letters.
Yeah. Oh, dude, those are. Right. I'm so glad those like groovy like 70s style bubble letters are coming back. Yes. They're so easy to weed.
So easy.
Yeah. You know what I hate are the thin little fancy fonts. Yeah. Those can die.
Kind of like the Vogue, like is it sans serif or is it serif?
It's a serif font.
It's a serif font.
Yeah, okay, like the really thin. Yeah, I hate weeding that stuff.
I agree.
Yeah, that's really terrible. But yeah, like, dude, the podcast so far for me, if nobody listens to it, and thank God, we do have people listening, which is really cool. Really awesome, actually, that people would, take their time and listen to what we have to say and hear our conversations. But like, that's cool. But even for me, just being a host here, I feel like I've learned so much, and I've gotten so much just in the few episodes that we've done already. So that's been pretty cool.
Were the guests that you've watched, like Lee Stewart, Big Brando, Reyes, for example, were they all what you expected?
They're all better. Yeah, and then there's a couple people that I'd only followed. So like, it's funny, you named those three guys. Those are the three that I've been following the longest. I've been working with Brando since 2017.
Oh wow!
And I've been working with Reyes since 2018. Okay. I've met Reyes once or twice. I had actually never met Brando up until that day. So those were special experiences in and of themselves. And then you have people that we have on the pod that I've only recently started like following them or their channels. Like Simply Sally, dude, she's amazing.
Yeah.
And then so to actually talk to her, I was like, oh, dude, and I felt like it's like, you know how you have the bands that you've been listening to since you were like a kid, and then you have like the new bands that you like just discovered.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, cool, like dude, you're pumped to talk to either of them. So like Simply Sally, that was a really cool conversation. And then also Mel's Crafty Corner. That one, she's probably my newest follow, I would say.
Okay.
So it's like the newest band I just discovered, right?
Yeah.
So that was really cool. I really liked her insight on like taking care of yourself, protecting your peace and stuff like that. That stuff was like really, really incredible. And then John Phenom, my gosh, dude, just the fact that he worked at Osiris, which is an old skate shoe company for all the you young guns who don't know.
Okay. I didn't even know what Osiris was.
There was this shoe, and I really wanted to bug him about it more, but I didn't want to be. I just didn't feel the conversation going that way. Personally, I really wanted to ask him a lot about the Osiris D3. So, dude, the Osiris D3, look it up. The Osiris D3 was a shoe that was everywhere when I was a kid. And it was expensive. I want to say even back then in the year 2002, maybe 2003 or something like that.
Oh, what are these?
Dude, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So that shoe was everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere. You go to the skate park, it was there. You'd go to Disneyland, not everywhere. Dude, all the cool kids had Osiris D3s on.
Okay.
And they were expensive. They were at least $100 if I remember correctly. And this is 20 years ago or so.
So it's even more expensive.
Yeah. So there's no way in heck I was going to get a pair of Osiris D3s. And then because of that, like I had to pretend I didn't like them. It's like, oh yeah, no, those are dumb. But I really, really freaking wanted a pair. And so anyway, so just the fact that he was on the team that was working there at that time to me blows my mind. Because that's like that in the skate community, like that shoe is just iconic for better or for worse. And so that was really cool. I wanted to ask him about that, but I didn't. Maybe I'll bug him again another time.
Hit him in the DM.
Yeah, but John Phenom, another new follow that like, I'm gonna say new like within the past like year, I started following it and just kind of checking out his content and stuff like that. So, yeah, so just like really cool. And I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody for goodness sake, but just the different combos. Not that it's a competition, but I think Lee is probably just the one that stands out only because I've not followed him the longest, but I've probably watched more hours of his videos than any of my other guests. And that's just is what it is.
And it's like not something completely different from his videos, but it's him as a person rather than his content.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Which was, what's cool about him, and what has been really cool about a lot of the guests that we've had, if not all of them. I'm trying to remember like who we've recorded at this point. Also, these episodes released for all of you guys watching. If I didn't mention your name, these episodes are releasing out of order, so I might have said a name that has an episode that hasn't aired yet.
Sneak peek,
or I might have not mentioned your name, and that's because I haven't interviewed you yet. So please. Don't hate me. I'm making a ton of people mad at me right now. All of our guests.
Okay. They'll understand. They'll have to understand.
They have to understand. Yeah, but it's been a blast. It's been super cool.
That's great. Excited to hear.
Yeah. So I did have something that I kind of wanted to talk about today on our pod before we go.
Okay.
Oh, we still got time. We're doing good on time.
Oh yeah.
Before we go, I had this question, and I don't know if you were the one who asked me, but somebody here had asked me, and I thought it would be really interesting to take a peek on the podcast. And that was, how much do you think people make on Etsy?
Oh.
Yeah.
No, that's something I'm actually very curious in, because it's like, should I start my own Etsy shop?
Dude,
like,
right? So I was like anti Etsy for a long time. We had the interview with Mel, and she was like, oh yeah, she's not on Etsy either. But then we have the interview with Sally, and then Sally was like, nah, dude, Etsy's my jam. And I'm like, shoot.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Because I heard they do have fees, though.
They do have fees. Yeah, but like, I mean, if it wasn't making money, no one would do it.
That's true.
And everyone's doing it.
That's true.
So I thought it'd be fun to kind of take a look.
Let's find out.
Okay, cool. So I found a shop that I wanted to check out. And this is really just like, I wanted to get an unsponsored link. Because when you sponsor a post on Etsy, then it like it just adds to the cost.
Oh, okay.
So hold on, let me.
Oh, so they can change like the price of it, whether it's sponsored or not sponsored.
Well, so if you sponsor a post, then that means you're paying for that sponsorship. So your cost for that sale is higher than it would be otherwise.
Okay.
So I didn't want to do that just because my brain math.
Got
no
it.
bueno.
Got it.
Okay. I just sent it to you.
Sweet.
So yeah, so all I did was I looked up coffee mug on Etsy, right? And then I went to one of the first unsponsored links.
Yeah.
And then I found this seller, and we're not going to mention their name just because we didn't ask them permission if we could use them on the podcast. But basically, it's a coffee mug with a customization. On one side, it has a heart with a name inside, and then on the other side, it has like a floral monogram on the other side.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Yeah, you see that one? Yeah. So for the white 11-ounce mug, they're charging $13.24.
Okay.
Plus $8.99 shipping and handling. Which I think. Oh, and this shop has, as of today, has 4,072 sales.
Wow.
Since 2018.
4,000. I can't even do the math.
Oh, don't worry. I wrote down some of the. Well, I'm gonna open up my calculator and we're gonna do some math.
Okay.
So for this mug, and I think we're gonna show. I don't know if we could show it on screen. I might make like a similar one to show on screen.
Yeah, we could do like a pop-up.
Like
okay. Overlay.
Yeah. So anyways, looking at this mug, all right, if this seller is buying their stuff from Heat Press Nation, the blank mug, if you buy an 11-ounce Sublacraft mug, it's $1.81. You could fit 2 of those prints on a single sheet of text print DT Light. So for half a sheet of DT Light, it's 8 cents.
How much does it come with, the DT Light? How many papers? How many
you get 110 sheets for like $16.99.
Oh, okay.
So like each sheet costs you like 16 cents or so, something like that. And then if you're printing 2 per sheet, you're using half a sheet. So 8 cents for paper. The ink on this, honestly, it's not a lot of ink. I would personally estimate it at like 15 cents.
Wow.
Of ink.
Okay.
So, and then heat tape. I didn't even want to count heat tape, but being fair, heat tape, a nickel. Heat tape is cheap, and dude, it lasts forever.
That's fair.
So I think, I don't think it's really going to cost 5 cents of heat tape, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in Etsy fees, so Etsy charges you 20 cents a listing. So just to post something on Etsy, you're paying 20 cents. And then they charge you 6.5% of your sale. Just not just the cost, but the shipping and handling.
Okay.
So not counting the shipping and handling, because that's taking care of that, but just, so 20 cents plus 6.5% of $13.24 comes out to $1.07.
That they're taking.
That they're taking
from
out of
13.
from the $13.24.
Which isn't bad.
It's not bad.
Right.
Because you don't have to pay for like a website. You don't have to pay for any of that stuff. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world.
And all you have to do is just post the picture and.
Yeah. But you know what's funny is if she's sold 4,000 sales, that's $4,000 that she's paid Etsy in the past couple of years.
Oh.
So I don't know. Is your website costing you 4,000? Let's just say it averages.
How much total was she making?
Well, okay. So if she's paying $1.07 in Etsy fees, per sale, let's just imagine per sale, $1.07 times 4,072. $1.07 times 4,072 is $4,357.04.
That she's paying.
That's the bare minimum that she's paid to Etsy.
Okay.
In reality, it's probably a lot more because she has different products. I say she. I don't even know if it's a she. Just the style of the shop lends me to assume. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to assume anyone's gender. Yeah. Okay. So if we add up $1.81 for the mug, 8 cents for the paper, 15 cents for the ink, 5 cents for the heat tape, and $1.07 for Etsy fees. That's $3.16.
Okay.
That means the profit per mug is $10.08.
That's good.
That's good.
That's really good, actually.
Dude,
yeah.
I want to quit and start my mug business again. Like, I'm gonna quit this podcast. No, I'm not
I
gonna
might
quit
start doing that actually. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So I thought that was that's a trip. $10.08 a mug.
And 13 is also on the lower side, isn't it?
It is on the lower side. Yeah. And I actually really like what this shop is doing because like they have their template right, and when because I went through the whole process.
Oh, okay.
So like
creating it through their shop.
Yeah. So you put like you give them the name and then they do all the work, but it's a template. So like, you don't get to tell this shop like I want this in green, I want this in blue, I want the name. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
No, it's just you just type in the name and then it's a template
which
that they already have.
Which makes it way easier on the back end.
Dude,
right?
The more, and this is my experience like as a shop owner, the more customization options customers have, the more of a headache it is to actually fulfill the product.
Yeah.
Like it sucks. Like, you know what, I like it because it's a lot of money at one time, but it's such a pain is doing team jerseys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because everybody has the same logo on the front, but everyone has a different name and number on the back.
Yeah.
And you have to make sure the right name matches the right number, matches the right size of t-shirt.
Okay.
So it's like 3 things that can go wrong.
You're just adding more variables.
Yeah. So that and it's good because, you know, a team, there's 12, 15, 20 kids plus coaches and whoever. So, you know, so it's a big order at once, which I like. I'd rather make a bunch of money at once than...
Okay, yeah, that actually makes sense, though.
Yeah, so, but then, like, it's a hassle.
Yeah.
It is. And then you always have to buy extra stuff because you're going to mess up at least once. It's just how it goes.
For sure.
Yeah. But, dude, $10.08 a mug. So if the shop has 4,072 sales times $10.08...
That's 40,000?
$41,045.76.
And when did they start?
Since 2018.
2018.
That's 5 years. So divided by 5, $8,200 a year. It's not bad.
Oh, it's not bad.
It's not bad. Now, okay.
It's not a main job, right?
Right. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna quit my job for $8,000 a year. But I think the number is way higher than that. Only because on Etsy, when it tells you how many sales they've had, it doesn't tell you. It's not. They've sold 4,000 items. They've had 4,000 sales. So if people are buying 2 or 3 items, they still count as one sale.
Oh, that's how that works.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went through the shop's reviews.
Yeah.
Before we came on, but like if you go through, like there's people like posting pictures. This is one picture they have like bought like 5 mugs.
So they get like a whole set from them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Especially if you know because like bridesmaid stuff, buying for your kids, your mom, your sisters, whoever. So like, so I'm sure there's a ton of sales where it's like multiple items. And then the price, this shop recently dropped their mug price to $13.84. And like, like they used to,
even more sales, right?
Back in 2018 when there weren't as many mug shops around, I'm sure that number was higher.
Okay.
So they were making more per mug. And then they have this option. I don't know if you saw it. They have this option where you can use a different mug with like a colored handle and the colored.
Yeah.
And those ones they charge, I think, like $20 for.
Okay.
And so like the profit on there is like, because these ones you're charging 13, so you're getting paid an extra like $5.50 for $5 or whatever.
It's like a bigger cup or a bigger mug.
For a bigger mug,
yeah.
But the price difference is only like an extra like $1 or $2 per mug.
Oh.
So just in having people go to the nicer, bigger mug, like they're making an extra like $6 a sale.
I seen that. So have you heard of the thing that McDonald's does with their fries?
What? No.
So you really don't have an option because if you get the large one and it's only 20 cents more than the small, it's like, why wouldn't you just get the large? Right?
Yeah.
So they're trying to make that price for the large. What is it? A cup? Of
Whatever
fries. They're trying to
thingy.
make it seem like it's fair compared to the other prices.
But really, they just want you to spend as much as possible.
Exactly.
Oh, that's so good. Dang, that's a trip.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
huh?
you just like blew my mind right now.
Yeah.
but back to the shop, like, dude, 40 grand is such a low estimate, honestly. And this is just because I don't have the hard numbers for it. I don't know what the shop does. I would personally estimate probably taking home a lot more than that.
Yeah.
I would guess if based on this mug, which is like the lowest priced item in the shop, I would honestly say that they're probably doing closer to like 60, 75,000. But like if the shop owner called me up tomorrow and says, hey, I'm actually doing like way more than that, I wouldn't be surprised. Like I realistically think that like 60, 75,000 in the past 5 years is appropriate. And if it's their side hustle, because like, again, okay, hold on.
That's assuming that it's only on Etsy, no promotions. Right.
Yeah. 4,000 sales in 5 years. Which is
pretty good because they're coming to you.
Yeah. That's 800. They're averaging 800 sales a year divided by 52. That's 15.3. We'll call it 16 mugs a week. 16 mugs. If you're only working 5 days a week, 3.2 mugs a day. Easy. So 3.2 mugs a day, that's like not a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of work at all. Especially if you batch them up and instead of working every day, you're doing like, hey, Mondays and Thursdays are my mug days, and I'll
grind
work
out like 50 mugs. Just
do them in like 2 hours. Like that's not bad.
It really isn't.
That's not bad. Like so.
It's like a little hobby on the side that makes you money. Play some music in the background.
Yeah, right? and that's profit. That's pure profit in the pocket. Obviously, the revenue for the shop is going to be much higher. Like if it was just like gross revenue, they're probably upwards of 100K. But yeah, just pure profit in the pocket. Let's just say 50,000 in the past 5 years, 10 grand a year, for a couple hours a week. That's not bad, dude. That's pretty good. It sure beats driving an Uber. I'll tell you that.
It does.
It sure beats driving a freaking Uber.
And there's less risk, right?
Less risk, less stress. You get to stay home. You don't have to drive drunk people around.
Yeah. All you get some good stories.
Right? my cousin, he's like legit writing a book about his Uber stories.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
That's a good idea, actually.
He shares some of them on his Instagram, and I'm just like, dude, that is so freaking wild. Yeah, but it's a trip, and I would much rather do mugs a couple hours. Just after like analyzing this shop, like I want to go start a mug business. And just put it on Etsy, just see what happens. So we'll see, maybe.
Right, as a test.
Yeah, I mean,
we could even do that for like a live episode.
Yeah, but then the money we'll just keep it and go to Disneyland.
I'm down,
dude.
I like Disney,
dude. Hey, 10 grand. That's a dope vacation.
It is. That's a year, right? That's
a year.
Oh,
so like,
that is, yeah.
Yeah. So like even if you're running your side hustle, an extra 10 grand a year. Pure profit, like, dude, that is a dope vacation.
Yeah.
Like, I could fly my little family out to Disney World, pay for all of our tickets, pay for our flights, nice hotel, food, all that. 10 grand easy.
Yeah.
You know, me and my wife could probably do like a little European vacation for 10 grand. So spending an hour or two on mugs a week, it's not bad, dude.
It's worth it.
Yeah, for sure it's worth it. So shout out to this shop that we are not naming because we didn't get permission to name them. Maybe you know what I would actually love to do. I want to track this person down, and if they're willing to share numbers, I would love to talk about that on the podcast.
Yeah.
So by the way, if you're listening to this podcast, or if you're watching right now, you have an Etsy shop, you have a couple thousand sales, and you're down to talk numbers, hit me up, please. Jared at heatpressnation.com. I would love to talk to you on the podcast. But yeah, dude. Before we let you go, I gotta ask, man, what's hot? What's coming up hot this spring? Let the people know.
Ooh, so I know we talked about like graphic tees a while back, but honestly, like I think those are falling off.
You think graphic tees are going bye-bye now? Okay.
Like I've seen a lot of people wear like more like blank items.
Just straight blank, like no customization.
Blanks, more neutral tones.
Okay, but I can't make money like that.
That's true.
What do I got to do? So you think should I just go minimal, subtle? Okay,
minimal logos, just words, a good font. You know, I think that'll just do the job.
Got it.
I like linen. Linen is very popular, especially because it's hotter over here in the summer.
I gotta try pressing linen. I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah. Well, do you think that'll work? Like if you press vinyl?
You don't. If the linen has a really loose weave, probably not the best for vinyl.
Okay.
But if it's like a tighter weave, it should be okay. Yeah.
That should be interesting. We should try pressing like linen.
I'm down.
There's like different materials, like acrylic, right? Is also
acrylic's
a good
nuts,
one. Yeah.
Yeah. What you mean, like the hard clear acrylic, or like an acrylic hat?
Like an acrylic hat.
Oh no, that sucks.
Oh,
I've
really?
tried it. Yeah.
Oh no.
Because acrylic, like it melts. It has such a low melting temperature. So like not it melts, it scorches really, really easy.
Yeah, maybe not acrylic. Then
okay. Yeah.
We can try linen. Have you ever done linen or no?
I haven't. I've done a linen. It was like a placemat. Because it was for like a Thanksgiving episode that we were testing for.
Oh, okay.
So, but I haven't tried like a linen shirt or anything. So that could be fun.
That could be something we could try.
Yeah. Okay, super cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, dude, thank you so much again for joining me. We have guest number 1 here for episode number whatever the heck this is going to be.
Right.
Do you have any closing words for the people, Mr. Christopher?
Closing words. Check out our lives every Tuesday from 1 to 2.
Yes.
Subscribe to our YouTube. Follow the TikTok and the Instagram. We're almost at, 49K?
Almost. Yeah, that's
I
going to be
think so.
exciting. I can't wait to hit
Yeah.
50K on Instagram.
Yeah.
Of course, we hit 100 on YouTube, which is dope. 200 coming your way.
200 very soon.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks again, Christopher. Everybody, thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode of Customizing Culture, the Heat Press Nation podcast. My name's Jared. My guest, Christopher, today has been awesome, and we hope to see you guys around. Adios.
Thank you.